Hello, everyone, or both of you, however many people look at this, who knows. I'm reflecting a little bit on what happened today. It was bizarre, really, really weird. So, we were in Tesco's, I was getting bacon, and I was thinking, 2 lots of bacon, we'll get the streaky bacon, so I was reaching for the streaky bacon. For the pigs in blankets, and then some nice back bacon, hand smoked, for breakfast. And Caroline shouted, "Roy!" in the middle of me hearing some screeching and wailing, and I just actually thought Emma was being a pain in the bum or had hurt herself somehow. So I come around the corner, woman's collapsed on the floor, a couple of people around her. People pushing their trolleys past the woman on the floor not breathing, whose lips are blue. There were 2 of you doing that today. What the is wrong with you? How do you do that? Anyway, so her husband was there, just kind of, Alina, slapping her face gently. A couple of Tesco's people there, but not the first aider, so it was me. That was all me, had to be me. Sat with her, couldn't find a pulse on her wrist, so shit my pants a bit. Found a pulse in her neck, so that was fine. She wasn't breathing. Lips were blue-ish, kind of pale white, bluish. And in the back of my head, I'm thinking about the last time I did this 2 years ago in Norfolk. This old man collapsed, and we actually drove past the scene where CPR was already being done on him. So someone was on the phone to the 999 person who was saying, "Don't bother giving them mouth to mouth. Just keep doing the compressions." So we all took turns doing compressions on this old man, and then the paramedics turned up. Put a defibrillator on him, and that was saying that there was nothing, no pulse, just to keep on the compressions. They're very clever. Those defibrillators, they were very clever. They were telling us if we were going too fast or too slow or weren't pushing hard enough, so that was clever. Always get the defibrillator if you can. Anyway, so the bizarre thing was, this time round, I was looking at it thinking, she's not breathing, I need to do these mouth-to-mouth things. And as I was thinking that, the woman kind of just standing next to me handed me some plastic, like a piece of cellophane or cling film, and went, "It's a mouth-to-mouth protector." And I just looked at her and went, "I don't care, I'm not bothered." And what I remembered was that when I reflected last time, it took me, last year when the old boy died, I was ringing up the hospitals and everybody just trying to find out what happened to him, really, because I wanted to know if he'd survived or not. But it probably didn't. He was pretty blue and dead and glassy-eyed when we were doing CPR, and it was horrible, really horrible. But I've lost my train of thought. Anyway, so I kind of thought I need to give this a go, really. And I really kind of stopped and thought about it, right? Because someone tried to do it last time on the old boy and just did it all wrong. And I had at the time reflected what they'd done wrong and why I didn't join in actually and give that a go. Felt a bit bad about that a couple of years ago, that I didn't try to do the breaths thing on the mouth to mouth. So anyway, I'm leaning in the yogurt aisle of Tesco's in Gateshead, and I think, right, okay. So I pinched the nose, hand under her neck, lifted her neck up, tilt her head back, opened her mouth, and you have to blow pretty hard. A lot of people don't get that, apparently. So I did. Felt her chest rise, and she coughed and into my mouth, actually. And I had, by the way, I had checked previously. I'd kind of put my cheek right next to her mouth, looked at her chest, and she wasn't breathing. And she opened her eyes, so that was fantastic. And then the Tesco's first aider appeared, said, "Hello, I'm the first aider, what can I do?" I said, but then she went again. And at that point, the husband came on and put his hands on the chest and went, "Alina!" And I went, "Get off her, she's got a pulse, get off." Because apparently the last thing you want to do is give CPR to somebody who actually has a pulse. And then I thought, but it checked to see if she still has a pulse. Wrist, nothing. Neck, couldn't feel anything. So that was pretty, oh fucking hell, you know. Stuck my fingers in a bit harder into the neck, and felt the pulse. So I thought, good, because giving chest compressions to somebody is not nice. And actually, retrospectively, I've discovered that she had a pushchair with, and there were two kids in it, and obviously people had turned that around and were facing the other way and entertaining her little babies. But it turned out she had a little daughter who watched the whole thing. Anyway, so pinched the nose, lifted the head, another breath. She woke up again, and this time, because the other first aider was there, he rolled her into the recovery position, and I thought, yes. And I held her head, and I lay on the floor. I lay on the floor next to her, just looking her right in the eye. I just talked to her, tried to talk to her, and you're all right, come on, well done, good, that's really good, well done. But she then stopped. She just stopped breathing again. So I gave her a little shake, and I said, Lena, breathe. And she went, and she actually made the effort to breathe. So, you know, in films when you see people do that and they're doing CPR on someone and they go, don't go, hold on, fight it. Apparently that works. So me, and then her husband was left and right, and oh my God. And so I said, come and sit here. And he sat next to me and I said, hold a hand, talk to her. He spoke to her, and she like opening her eyes and looking up. And she kind of went again. I said, come on, breathe. And she went, and she didn't. So I went, I know. So I then said, breathe. And I did a big breath, and she looked at me and went, and she breathed again. And we just did that for it was about 4 or 5 minutes. And the paramedics got there really pretty sharpish, actually. I was quite impressed. And the first aider who was there holding the hand, he was saying, can you squeeze my hand? Can you squeeze my hand? And she started to squeeze his hand, and mine as well. So that was good. So I put her hand in her husband's hand and said, talk to her again. And then she said, then she went, I'm okay. And I was thinking, no, you really are not. But apparently the ambulance got there really quickly, because Caroline, my wife, had dialed 999, and they were talking through what was going on. And they said, we think the ambulance will be there in about 20 minutes or so. And Caroline said, okay, really? She looks like she might be pregnant. I think she might be pregnant. And they said, right, we'll be there straight away. So top tip, if you ever come across anybody who is struggling to breathe or anything like that, heart gone, and you tell the 999 person that they're pregnant. I mean, you're going to be 20 minutes? Well, yeah, we're on our way. Well, he might be pregnant. So anyway, so the paramedics turned up. That was it. Told them what was what, and got up and walked away, and massively overwhelmed with emotion in that moment. Just like, have I just saved someone's life? And then was thinking, had I not been there, what if the person doing the first aider didn't quite get there as quickly as me? So, they reckon you've got a few minutes, don't they? Is it 5 minutes or 7 minutes? I don't know. But I think it's like 7 minutes after your heart stops beating. So I think she would have probably been okay. But people were pushing their trolleys past her, and nobody really was doing anything. He was slapping her face. And it just occurred to me, again, the same thing. Learn first aid, everybody. Get out there and just learn how to do breaths and chest compressions. You might save someone's life. And if you don't, save someone's life, but you give it a go, then at least you've given it a go. So, yeah. A whiskey to help me settle my nerves a bit, because I'm a little bit still there. And I really hope I don't have to do that again. And if I do have to do it again, I hope that it goes well. So, anyway, thank you for. I don't know if anybody's going to pay much attention to this. This is me really I just really had to talk about it and get it out, and talking into this camera, and then to any of you that might be listening, has actually really helped. So I can get on with doing housework and getting the last few things ready for Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. Listen, everybody you love today, give them a bit of a hug, or give them a ring and tell them that you love them, and just do that today. Merry Christmas. Bye.